Hello and welcome to another quick marketing Q&A session. Now this is where I answer the questions I didn't have a chance to get to during a recent presentation or a webinar. So these are actual questions from real people, and rather than just fob them off with a stock answer because I'm under such a lot of time pressure, I've created this little live strand so I can fully answer people's questions about video marketing and video production. Now today's question is frankly less of a question and more of a statement really. Quite simply, this question had typed in the chat, it's hard to create content in a tiny, ugly flat. And yes, I certainly feel your pain. I think first off, I'd start by saying that as a video creator starting out on your business video creating journey, you really need to avoid the trap of comparing yourself and your output to that of creators who've been making videos for years and quite probably are making money from doing so as well. There's a great saying, don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle or end. The fact is that everyone's situation is different. Everyone has a different level of resources to invest, both in terms of time and money. So it stands to reason that people's outputs in terms of video will look different. However, the most important element of video is actually the content, not the aesthetics. So as long as you're creating business video content that is of value to your audience, then it really doesn't matter if your background is a sprawling mansion with manicured lawns or a compact workspace. People ultimately are there to gain from your knowledge and experience rather than to gawp at how lovely your background is. Okay, with all that said then, how can you create content in a small space that has a distracting background? Now, if you want to hide what's in your background, one really good way around it and a method of creating really clean looking videos is to invest in a photographic background known as a Colorama that you can put behind you to hide any clutter or unwanted background. Now, a Colorama is a roll of thick paper or card that you can unroll and weight at the bottom so it appears flat to the camera. The Colorama roll itself is held up by a couple of lighting stands and a pole that goes through the center of the Colorama roll. Ideally, you want to keep the Colorama as far away from you as possible to minimize any shadows that you're casting onto it. Typically, when you're filming, you want to make sure that there's distance between the subject, in this case you, and the background. Now, in my day job as a TV lighting cameraman, I always work on a minimum of at least 1 meter or 6 foot or so away from any wall or background. Now, these videos really aren't about me. However, I should introduce myself. I'm Jeremy. I'm a video creator and video marketer with over 20 years experience in UK broadcast TV as a cameraman and a producer. I'm also, though, a massive digital marketing geek with a huge passion for business. I'm all about empowering business owners, entrepreneurs and marketers like you to harness the power of creating your own effective video marketing content for your business so that you can ultimately grow. Now listen, there are stacks of resources like this on my YouTube channel, so definitely check that out if you think that's interesting. And also, if you want to understand and get to grips with the foundation that underpin all effective video marketing content, then definitely check out my free mini course at the URL on the screen right now. In terms of investment, the background support stands for the Colorama paper backgrounds you can get from around the £40 or $50 mark. The more sturdy and well-made systems typically cost from around about £60 or $70, and you can get these at Amazon or any photographic supplies retailer, and I'll pop some links for you down in the description below. The rolls of paper themselves you can find on eBay, Amazon or direct from the manufacturers like Colorama from around £30 to £40 a roll, which equates to around about $40 to $50. In terms of lighting, assuming you're wanting to create talking heads content like this, just make sure that your face is the brightest thing in frame. If you're using daylight, face yourself into the light so the light's falling onto your face. And if you're using unartificial light such as a ring light, then make sure you're lighting yourself ideally straight from the front and ideally as well slightly above the camera lens for the most flattering angle. Now if you want to know more about basic lighting and you're watching this on YouTube, click on the screen in a second where the video after this goes into much more detail about how to create a basic lighting setup. So definitely click the screen in a second for that. In the meantime, however, wherever you're watching, if you've got value from this video, which I really hope you have, please let me know by smashing the like button and definitely share this video with anyone you think it would be useful for. At the end of the day, sharing is most definitely caring. Take care, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Cheerio, bye.